Hi, it's Sean with TriState Water Works. I want to talk to you about rain sensors. We've talked a little bit about this in the past. Kind of want to go in more detail today. There's two types of rain sensors. One called a wired rain sensor. Obvious reasons. It has a wire attached to it. And then you have the wireless device that just uses a short distance radio frequency to send the data back to the controller. So you should check to see if you have one of these on your controller. If you don't, it's a really smart investment. They're not that expensive. The cost of the wireless one for the material itself is only about $30. Wired ones are wireless ones are a little bit more expensive, about $80, but still they're a lot easier to install. So first off, if you have or want to put in a wireless one, you hang this device, the rain sensor itself, up on your gutter on your house or somewhere on the side of your house where you can get rain to it, because if it's protected and you don't get rain on it, it's not going to work. So it needs to be out in the weather where it picks up the rain. Then you have to take this wire and run it back to your controller. This wire is about 25 feet long, so you have to put this within 25-foot distance of your controller. So hence kind of cumbersome. It's inexpensive, and if you got the right situation, it works out good, but 9 times out of 10, it's a real hassle to work with. So what we usually put in is the wireless rain sensor. And there are two versions or two parts to go to it. And when you see this part, you're going to say, well, that's not wireless. It has wires hanging out of it. This is the receiver part. This mounts on the wall next to your controller. And it does have to be wired into the controller, but that's it. So this just gets right next to the controller and it gets wired in. This goes up on the gutter. It could go out in the backyard in a fence post, wherever you'd like to put it. And it transmits a signal back to this device, and it reads whether or not you've had rain. What's nice about this too, you can adjust the settings, like you can have it so that it shuts off your system at 1/8 of an inch or 1/2 an inch of water. And they come with freeze sensors too, so if the temperature drops below whatever you set it at, but say at 45 degrees or less, your system isn't going to be wasting water when you really don't need to be watering plants. So we like this just because of the ease of installation. You don't have to run wire all over the place. One thing, be careful. All these things you're typically going to put up on gutters or someplace high. So if you're using a ladder, get two people, someone to hold the ladder, because ladders can be very dangerous. I don't want anybody falling down hurting themselves. So definitely take precautions not to get hurt when you're hanging this up on your gutter. So when you're wiring this up inside your controller, you'll have these terminals. And on most controllers, it seems interesting, even no matter what manufacturer, these terminals are going to be in the upper left-hand corner of the control box. And two of them will say sensor. They usually abbreviate it with SEN for sensor, SEN. And you'll take the wires from the sensor and hook them into those two ports there. And the benefit of this is most controllers also have a bypass, so there'll be a switch you can flip if you want to bypass the rain sensor. Just say you got a situation where it's been raining and the system won't work because of the rain sensors prohibiting watering, but maybe you put fertilizer down, you need to water it in, you can override it by just flipping a switch. So it's always best to wire it in to the sensor terminals. The wireless version needs to get electric from the controller, so you also need to wire in to the electric outputs. But the instructions from all the manufacturers are really quite simple. If you just read the instructions, anybody can do this simple work. And by installing a rain sensor, you can save up to, again, 30%, 25% on your annual water use. So if you don't have a rain sensor, highly recommending you get one. This will save you anywhere from 30 to 25% on your water bill. If you have one and it's old, like these things only have a lifespan of about 10 years maximum, you might need to replace it. So you might have one out there, but it may not really be working anymore for you. So if it seems too complicated and you need help with it, give us a call. We'd be more than glad to come out and install one for you. If you just read the manufacturer's instructions, it is probably something you can do, a do-it-yourself type project. Again, just be careful going up on ladders. Otherwise, give us a call and we'll come out and take care of it for you. Really simple 1-hour appointment. We'll take care of it and you'll be good to go. So please give us a call if you have any questions. This is Sean with TriState Water Works.